The 11th of December 2024. Welcome back to a video. Alli, Akbar, Komanie, Mohomod, Muhammad, Ula, Kula, Kula, Bula, Wula, Ula, Istanbul, and all of these names. The most common name for a boy in Galway last year was Mohomod. I'm a campaigner against this. I stood for election. Some people voted for me, a good few, and a lot didn't. Most didn't. They voted Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael and Sinn Féin, and these parties are in absolute love with you. They love you. Now, you have invaded Syria and you're going round with big saws and all cutting the heads off people. I hope that the Turkish president will rein you in and not let you persecute Christians, but we know that's what you're probably going to do, and you're going to go mad around the place. And they'll be firing at you from Israel, and they'll be firing at you maybe from America, and maybe from Russia, and all the rest of it. But here is the advice. Now, it must be remembered, I don't like giving this advice, but I have to give it. This is the reality of the situation, and you might as well know it. If you get shot or wounded, or get beaten or anything at all by the Israelis, by the Americans, by the Russians, by the Syrian native army, if they go to fight back, and they might fight back yet, or anybody, the Kurds or anybody, and you're wounded, you'll not have anywhere to go for treatment. What you must do is you must get to an airport and fly to Dublin, Ireland. When you fly to Dublin, you claim political asylum on the grounds that you were fired on and abused by some other party over in Syria. You must give your name, you must declare you're an Islamist extremist. And once the Irish government knows you're Islamic, they love you. They absolutely love you. Now, it's not altogether fair to blame the Irish government, Fine Gael, Fianna Fáil and Sinn Féin. The fact is 60% of the Irish people voted to bring you here. Even though that your people have beheaded several, slit several people's throats, slit several children's throats, the Irish don't care. You can kill the Irish till you have a pile of bodies the height of the spire of Dublin, and they'll still vote for you. Now, once you come to Ireland, you claim asylum. You show your wounds, you'll go to accident emergency, you'll get priority treatment there, and they'll give you every possible treatment, free. When you come out, and this is the point you must do during your treatment, you must tell them you're homeless. If you tell them you're homeless, irrespective of whom you are, you will get on the housing list. This means you join the queue for housing. There is currently a big push on in Ireland because in the recent election, which was held on the 29th of November 2024, housing was a big issue. The Irish people demanded housing for the Syrian rebels, the Alli, Snackbar and all of these. And in fact, one of the beneficiaries of this is Venezuela. We have a lot of people now presenting at county council housing departments from Venezuela, and they're being put on the housing list. Moreover, if you can show that a member of your family has some disability, the disability allowance creeps in, and Sinn Féin were big. Pauline Tully, who didn't get elected in Camonaghan, was big on this disability, and they are all over the place about disability. So the rule on disability, you can come from anywhere, claim disability, and off you go. You get on the housing list and you'll get a house. Now, one of the things they may try to do to you is put you into a remote area, maybe over in the west of Ireland, northeast. Get a map of Ireland, a basic map. You'll get it online and look at it. You need to get around Dublin, Lucan, Leixlip. They're mad Fianna Fáil around Leixlip. They're mad Fine Gael around Lucan. Or indeed, if you go to Dublin south and Dunleary, Rathdown area, they are unbelievably committed to you. They love you with a fervour that cannot be described. So if you get into a university town, even in Limerick, your house that they'll give you will accumulate in value. It'll be good value. And they'll never put you out of there. So you apply to buy it out. You'll get a bit of a loan. The banks is all for you. You get a loan and you can let your house to other people, and you can go back over when you get better and fight for the jihadis and come over and back and have a kind of a holiday experience where you retreat to Ireland to freshen up and then you go back over, and you can let some other Islamic terrorist over there or extremist come over and have your house. and you can bring your family. Do you understand? So this is how you do it. You can have a home from home in Ireland. Now, I know you'll probably say, well, what about the Irish sleeping on the streets? This is the sacrifice. The Irish people have a sacrificial nature to them, whether it's the passion of Christ or what. If you have they love to see people suffer, provided, of course, it's not themselves. So they don't mind. They're Irish people, army veterans, people who maybe were teachers, maybe people who worked all their lives and fell on bad health. It doesn't bother them at all that they're sleeping in tents. Don't pay any heed to that. You can eventually take over Ireland. And indeed, if you go about it right and organise yourself, you will have an Islamic caliphate in Ireland. In London, in the House of Commons yesterday, there was an MP, a Muslim MP, wants incest. He wants Muslims to be allowed to have sex with their relations. First cousins, he says, for now will do, but eventually, of course, it'll be brother and sister. You know how that goes on. I don't approve of that. That's against the law here, but they're bringing it in slowly but surely. They're pushing this in, so you'll get it all your own way. It grieves me to have to say this, but I fought my battle for Ireland, and I have to acknowledge I got nowhere. Our neighbours, our friends, voted hand over fist. I don't know, did I say it early on, a number of people who owed me favours, I got onto them and they went to vote for me. Some of them had no transport. I organised transport. They went in and they voted number one for me in the election, and then one of them voted Niamh Smith. One of them voted Niamh Smith, and the other voted for Brendan Smith. Two Ali Akbar obsessives, and there you have it. The leader of the Irish Fianna Fáil party, Micheál Martin, in the European Parliament, scoffed at a Swedish foreign minister who told them that there was 500 million Africans due to come into the EU. He wants every one of them. Does that explain it? It's the same with Fine Gael, and it's the same with Sinn Féin. So I think the best thing for Ireland is pack it full of these people. They mightn't vote for Fianna Fáil or Fine Gael. Some of the Latinos in America voted for Trump, would you believe? But this is the law. This is the way they want it, and we might as well advertise it and let it happen, because there's no point I'm sick and tired of saying, oh, if you do this, this is what's going to happen. Don't do that. They'll ignore you and me. They crave this, and that's going to be the way it is for the next 4 years. They need two TDs, two politicians to join government. I don't know who they'll get, but they'll pick somebody who will enforce the Hate Speech Act and all of that. And don't forget, when you as a Muslim radical beheader arrive in Leixlip, if anyone loses the rag, if you go out and you start abusing children, or you start going out attacking young kids, or threatening to cut their throats, or threatening to cut their parents' throats, or shouting Ali Akbar at them, or anything else, or Ali Snackbar, whatever you want, if somebody attacks your house and breaks in and gives you a punch, they get life imprisonment, because under the modern actual law of the Hate Speech Act in Ireland, as a truncated version was introduced, if it's motivated by hatred against you, they have to get life imprisonment. And now, very shortly, when this government takes over, they'll bring in the full Hate Speech Act, and if anyone says that fella's a child abuser, or that fella was handling a young girl up the street and about to rape her when I came around, they'll jail him, and they'll jail him for a long, long time. So you have it all handed to you in Ireland. My job is to tell all viewers what's happening. People may not like me for doing it, but we might as well be truthful about it and tell the truth. That's what you have to do. So Ireland could easily be the field hospital for the war in Syria for all of the Muslims. Of course, you might say to me, why wouldn't Christians come in here? What if they attack Christians? No, the Irish government hates Christians, and they wouldn't let in Assi Bibi, Assi Noreen. You can Google her there. I tried to get her in here. She was sentenced to death in Pakistan, and they wouldn't allow her in here. So there's no Christians getting into Ireland. That's the Ireland of Saints and Scholars. Okay, have I made that clear, folks? Ask me any question underneath. Bye. We'll see you back soon. Thank you very much.